If you're someone that finds caption writing overwhelming, well, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to give you some helpful tips when it comes to writing captions for social media. Let's dive in. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kay and I'm a content marketing strategist, and I teach you how to use organic marketing to attract and convert your ideal client. Make sure you grab my free guide on how to successfully market your business online, linked below. So let's get into caption writing. One of the things that I found gives my clients a bit of anxiety is writing captions. It's like, what do I say? How do I say it? How long does this caption need to be? So I get it. Captions is a way that we communicate with our audience, really building that connection and engagement. It also helps us to tell people how we specifically solve their problem, as well as sells our offer. So no wonder why creating captions makes us feel overwhelmed, because we feel like it needs to be perfect and really relay a clear message to our audience. At the end of the day, you have to just trust what you're going to say when it comes to writing captions. But I am going to give you some helpful tips to structure your captions. When it comes to writing captions, it really doesn't matter if the caption is long or short. It just really is up to you. But you do want to make sure you have these elements when it comes to writing your captions. And that is, you want to have a strong hook, you want to have the body of your caption, and then you always want to end with a call to action. So let's jump into the hook. A hook is usually the first 125 characters when it comes to any social platform. It's something that needs to be very powerful, that draws your audience in and makes them want to read more. It's the same thing when it comes to your video content. You want to make sure you have a strong title hook on there that really grabs people's attention, that makes them watch your video all the way through, or they want to learn more because of that hook. So let me give you 3 ways that you can create hooks. 1, you can create a question hook. So, did you know that you could plan your social media in 3 hours? That's a strong hook, especially if it's someone that's spending days and weeks and planning their social media. If I can teach them in 3 hours, they're going to be enticed by that and they want to read my caption to learn more. So you can use a specific question for your industry to ask your audience to make them want to read more. So that's why it's very important for you to know your ideal client. When you know your ideal client, you're able to create strong hooks that will draw them in. So you need to think about what their wants are, their desires are, and their needs are when it comes to your specific industry. A next good way for you to create a strong hook is through using a bold statement. So I could say, did you know that Instagram is easier than TikTok? Or did you know that Walmart is better than Target? So that's a bold statement. It can make people be like, what is she talking about? And it makes them want to read the caption more. Now, another great way is to have a cliffhanger statement. So you could say something like, YouTube is better than any other social platform, and people are going to want to know why. How is YouTube better? What is it helping this person do? So think about how you can either have a question or a bold statement or a cliffhanger caption to really draw your audience in. But really do your research on your audience, knowing who they are. You can use something like answerthepublic.com, and it'll give you insight of what people are wanting to know when it comes to your industry. So these are great ways to hook your audience in and get them reading your caption. Next is the body of your caption. So this is where you're going to continue the story from the hook that you created. So when you write your hook, you want to think about who you're talking to, what their needs are, and how you can inspire them to take action. So for the hook example that I used when I said, did you know you can plan your social media in 3 hours? I can go into a story about how I used to struggle with planning my social media content, how it would take me days and weeks just to plan 3 pieces of content. But now I've overcome that struggle because I created a system that allowed me to create content with ease, which I did, the guide to content creation. So that allowed me to create content pillars and subcategories, and now I have endless amounts of content, which makes content planning a lot quicker for me, and I can plan a month worth of content in 3 hours. So you can see how I'm telling the story. I had this strong hook, I drew them in, I tell the story of how I'm achieving this goal, and then I share that with my audience. Then you need to go into your call to action. Now, lastly, you want to have your call to action. So your call to action is the next steps that you want your audience to take. So that could be either to engage below and have a conversation with you, to send you a DM with a specific word, or maybe you just want them to click the link in your bio to learn more about your offer. But you should always have a call to action because your audience needs to know what next steps you want them to take. So just think about what you want this caption to do. What's the intention behind it? Are you selling something, or are you trying to boost engagement through nurturing your audience, or do you just want to have a conversation with people? So always have a call to action at the end. Think about what your caption was intended for and add a similar call to action for you to have the results that you're looking for. The next tip that I'm going to give you when it comes to writing captions is to trust your voice. No one else can sound like you. No one has the same perspective as you do. So yes, there are people that are similar to you in your industry, but you all took different routes to get to where you are now. Like, yes, I'm a marketing coordinator, but not everyone did radio sales. Not everyone went back to school and got a degree in graphic design and advertising. Everybody's journey is different. My perspective on things are different from someone else's perspective on things. So you have to trust that what you've learned and what you've went through has taught you certain aspects in your industry that allow you to have a unique perspective. And you honestly have to trust that. You also have to think about common phrases that you say. Like I say, hey, y'all, or you can say, hey, boo, or hey, sugar, whatever it may be. You want to implement those things that give you personality and set you apart within your captions. Even when it comes to you showing up on video or just sharing your personality in general, what sets you apart? You have to really trust that and own it and just be you, and don't feel like you have to be anyone else. Just embrace who God made you to be and let it shine within your captions and within your content. So the next part of your caption that is very vital, that is the make or break point, is your messaging. When it comes to your messaging, you want to make sure your message is clear. Can someone tell what you're about to discuss based off the first sentence of your caption? And then you want to make sure you get straight to the point. You want to be direct when it comes to your caption. And then whenever you begin to write that caption, you want to think about what you want this caption to do. Do you want it to inspire? Do you want it to entertain? Do you want it to teach? Will your audience be interested in reading the caption that you're writing? So that's why it's so important to know your ideal client. This is something that you're going to hear me say all the time, because when you know your ideal client, it makes your message better and it makes content creation a lot easier, because you're creating content that caters to that person who needs you to solve their problem. So that is why it's so vital. This is what I teach inside the Guide to Content Creation, along with how to create a strong caption for your business. So you really want to know who your ideal client is so that you can create a clear message that's straight to the point, that will really have them interested so that they can read the content all the way through. And then lastly, you want to make sure you're knowledgeable about the subject that you're talking about, because it's going to make it easier for you to create the caption. You're going to be more passionate about it, and your audience is going to be able to tell that through the caption when you're knowledgeable, you're passionate about whatever it is you're discussing. So this is so vital for you to have a strong message when it comes to your captions, when it comes to any of your content, because that is the make or break point that will really convert your audience and really help you gain more clients. Now, the last tip that I'm going to give you when it comes to writing captions is to give value. I think you should always give value in certain captions, whether that's sharing tips, whether that's giving new insight. You want it to be something valuable. Even if it's sharing a struggle that you overcame and what it looked like for you to overcome that struggle. Just creating relatable content that your audience can really understand. Because when you share things that you are going through, they could be going through something similar, and they feel seen and they feel heard and they feel like you're the person that can help them overcome those struggles and get to the next level when it comes to your specific industry. So you want to share those stories, really embracing it, and give that value to your audience. So don't think you sharing your story is not giving value, because it actually is. People really want to connect and feel heard and seen. So no matter what it is, make sure that you are giving value. You can give updates to new things when it comes to your industry, maybe new products you're releasing, new things that you're learning. There's always a way for you to create content and for you to share that within your captions. So just really give that value, educate them, be clear, straight to the point, and you will find yourself more successful when it comes to writing the captions when you are really passionate about a specific area and you're able to educate your audience on the things that you are going through. So don't feel like you have to skip the messy parts of business and not share it. Whenever you share those messy parts that you're unsure here or there, people really feel like, oh, that's comfort in knowing that I don't have to be perfect. There's comfort in knowing that I don't have to have it all together. Even when it comes to me, I don't have it all together when it comes to creating these YouTube videos, but I have outlines and I get better as I go along. I've learned from writing blogs to be able to give me outlines to help me show up on video better. So it's just sharing those experiences, letting people really connect with you, get to know you better, and then you will be able to write better captions, have better content, and you'll see really good success with just really embracing your story. So I hope you guys find this video helpful when it comes to writing captions. Make sure you just structure your caption using the hook, the body, and the call to action. Trust your voice, give value, and just really know your ideal clients. This is exactly what I teach inside my training, The Guide to Content Creation, where I teach you how to use content to attract and convert your ideal client. And I make it a lot simpler for you. I teach you how to create a month worth of content within 3 hours, and you learn how to create endless amounts of content ideas, so it makes it easier for you to develop content, remain consistent, start attracting clients, and converting them into leads. If you want to learn more about the Guide to Content Creation, just click the link below and you can learn more. As always, thank you guys for watching my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!